Hi learners, in this video I'm going to talk about the responsibility of the government towards the business and responsibility of the business towards the government. As the business has to discharge certain responsibilities towards the government, similarly the government should also discharge several responsibilities towards the business entities. And the government and the business enterprises together are responsible and play an active role in the economic development of any country. So now let's first analyze responsibility of the government towards the business. Firstly, the government should ensure the establishment and enforcement of various laws in order to ensure the smooth functioning of the business house. Now, for the purpose of ensuring that the business houses function smoothly, there are various laws enacted by the government. Like we have Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act, which prevents unfair competition among the business houses. We also have the Competition Act and various other acts which ensure that the business houses function in a healthy environment. Next, the government is bestowed with the responsibility of maintenance of order in the country. When the scenario, when there is no law and order situation in the country, like example of countries where there's lots of political unrest, countries like Afghanistan, which are prone to terrorist attacks. Now, in such cases, business houses, foreign investors especially, do not want to set up their business enterprises in these countries. The simple reason being that there is lots of political unrest. So the government should ensure that there is maintenance of law and order in a country so that it can attract foreign investments. Next, money and credit. Now, every business requires credit, and finance is the lifeblood of any business. And only when the business houses, when the business houses grow, that in turn will lead to the economic development of the country. So, therefore, the government has to regulate the credit flow in such a way that they are able to attract more capital for the business houses. And it is the responsibility of the government to maintain the financial institutions, that is, the banks and the Central Bank of India, in sound health so that they can mobilize finances from the people and channelize it towards productive avenues through business enterprises. Next, orderly growth. Orderly growth implies balanced regional development of all the regions in the country. So the government has to ensure that there is orderly growth or balanced regional development of all the states in the country. And for this purpose, the government has identified certain areas as special economic zones. So these special economic zones are those areas where the industrial or where the development of industries is not advanced. So in such cases, if the government identifies these areas as special economic zones, and if business houses set up their enterprises in these special economic zones, they will be given certain incentives and extra benefits like tax concessions or tax holidays and availability of good infrastructure and all would be provided. So the areas in the country where there is backwardness in development of industries, the government identifies those areas and considers them or labels them as special economic zones. Next we have is infrastructure. Infrastructure refers to availability of facilities such as good transportation facilities, continuous power supply, availability of good finance in civic communities. So it is a responsibility of the government to provide these facilities so that the business enterprises can develop. Next is information. Now many a times there are various government agencies which mobilize information and provide large volumes of information which is used extensively by business firms. Like we have some of information services of the departments of commerce, agriculture, labor, health and all that. So the various departments also provides information services to the business houses, and this information which is provided to the business houses helps in their growth and development. Next, assistance to small industries. Small industries are those industries which are generally started with a capital of less than 1 crore, and generally small industries also contribute to the economic development of the country, and they help in meeting not only the domestic demand for goods but also help in exporting most of their goods to other countries. So the government should also emphasize on the development of these small industries by providing them assistance in the form of finance, then also providing technical assistance to the industries, marketing assistance, finance assistance, and also providing the necessary infrastructural facilities which are required for the growth and development of small scale industries. Next, transfer of technology. Now, transfer of technology refers to the initiatives which are taken by the government to ensure that the necessary technology which is required for the manufacturing of goods is available in the country. And if the technology is not available in the country, then the government should ensure that the technology can be easily imported from other countries. And further, the government also has to establish research institutes in the country in order to upgrade its technology so that more quality goods can be manufactured and the domestic goods can face competition from the foreign made goods. Next, inspection and licenses. Now, government agencies also conduct inspection activities and to ensure that quality products are given to the customers. So, apart from that, even licenses have to be obtained whenever any industries are set up, and the government issues licenses only to competent business establishments. Next, planning role. Now, especially in developed countries like India, the planning role is assumed by the government, and like the government makes plans for the growth of the economy. And like in India, we have the 5-year plans, which was launched in 1951, and there is a national planning commission, and state governments also have their planning machinery like the planning board. And these planning machineries in the country basically help in making plans for the growth and development of the country. Next, entrepreneurial role. Now, in countries like India where there is large scale unemployment, the government should also focus on developing in entrepreneurial capabilities in individuals, because when entrepreneurs establish their own enterprises, it leads to increase in the production of goods and services, and this increased production of goods and services leads to increase in the gross domestic product of the country, and when there is an increase in the gross domestic product of the country, the national income of the country increases. Now, national income refers to the income which is earned by a country by selling its products and also by rendering the services. And when there is an increase in the national income, it leads to the growth and development of the economy. So, these are some of the responsibilities of the government towards the business enterprises. Next we have is the responsibility of the business enterprises towards the government. Firstly, tax payments. The business enterprises should ensure that taxes are paid to the government in a timely manner, and the exact amount, actual amount of taxes should be paid. Now, firms themselves must pay regular taxes on their sales, inputs, and income, and also deducts TDS, that is tax at source, for from income taxes for salaries and wages of their employees. And whatever deductions are made, the remittance that should be remitted to the government's income tax department. Next is voluntary programs. Now, business firms should cooperate with the government agencies on a voluntary basis whenever programs are programs are implemented for the growth and development of the economy or for the general and welfare of the people, like programs or like giving special assistance to local governments in connection with drought relief, then helping the government in its initiative of providing education to all the citizens, then extending help to the government in tree planting, sanitary works, or recreational facilities. So, all these activities must be or initiatives must be taken by the business firms to assist the government in the general welfare of the society. Next, providing information. Many a times when the government is making its planning activities, or when it's making appropriate policies, the government requires inputs from the business enterprises regarding the economic, financial aspects. So, the business has contacts with different sections of the community, and therefore the business houses can be used for collecting the required information and providing it to the government. Next is government contracts. Now, government also has to take up several works for the development of infrastructure, like building of roads, bridges, flyovers, and sometimes these works are undertaken by the government departments, but a more appropriate method or more common method of undertaking these works is to invite tenders from the private individuals, that is from the business houses, to complete these infrastructural works. So, therefore, it is the responsibility of the business houses to complete the work on time and make sure that the government contracts are executed in a proper manner. Next, government services. Now, business offers services of its leaders to the government. That is, it is not usual for business executives to lead accompany delegations to foreign countries for expanding the trade and industry prospects of the country. So the business leaders, apart from that, also help act as advisors in advising the government on framing of various economic and economic policies for the basically for the benefit of the economy as a whole. Next, it is the utmost responsibility of every business house to ensure that whatever laws are enacted by the government, they have to be obeyed. Like laws regarding to the proper payment of taxes, laws regarding making sure that there is healthy competition in the economy, laws relating to protecting the environment, and all should be followed by the business houses. And lastly, active participation in politics. Now, sometimes the business houses try to participate in politics. Now, the reason why active participation of the business leaders in politics is encouraged is because whenever business leaders contest in elections and they win and they become a part of the government, then the practical experience which the business leaders have help the government in framing of various economic and economic policies. So therefore, the business men must be encouraged to take active part in the politics of the country. So these are some of the responsibility of the business towards the government.